Good morning, YouTube. So today I'm gonna talk about basically my journey, how I was in the military and I basically got fired, So and it it was a crazy experience. I was a couple years ago, I was in a spot that probably a lot of American people or people in general were like um I joined the Navy and I was ready to change my life and have purpose, and I was a corpsman, and then all of a sudden I got arrested for uh, nothing nothing I did. I got falsely accused, and then I had to go through federal court, and then I got acquitted, so found not guilty, and it was a crazy experience. And then went back in the Navy, and things didn't really work out in the Navy, and then I basically got fired. And in the Navy, they thought I was going to be homeless and all this crazy stuff, and that didn't happen. I went back to my hometown, and I had to pay my mom some debt off her lawyer, $100,000. So I worked my butt off, and in the Navy, I was doing Uber and all that, saving money to pay my mom off. And basically, a couple years ago, I was in the bottom of the abyss. I never really understood Batman, until I went through this experience. I felt like in the third movie, when he's in the jail, I was in that same experience. I had to go through solitary confinement because of COVID. They had to put us for 14 days. I was by myself. It was so challenging. I felt like Batman at the time, where the guards would push the food under the door, because of COVID. And the only reason I was in solitary confinement was because, one, they ran out of capacity, and two, they wanted to quarantine us. So the whole world was a crazy time. I had to go through COVID at this time, but it made me stronger. That's when I realized, I started really finding out about Buddhism. And I sat down and I meditated and I worked out and I pushed through that experience. But I felt like Batman in that place, in that jail, where he had to climb up, but my climbing up was keeping my spirit up, So a lot of people take that negative energy and they turn into the Joker, and they get all negative, and that's what it is now. They're like, oh, my life's terrible, so I'm gonna be the Joker. I took that positive energy that negative energy, and I turned it to positive energy, and basically like Batman. So I had a choice. I paid off my mom, and I went to Southeast Asia and had a fresh start. I came here, and Southeast Asia really rewards you. One, you gotta have passive income, and even if you have passive income, the place is like a meat grinder. If you come here like Batman and you work out and you have somewhat of a structure, it's good. It's really good here. You can go really far and make good money. Like $500, I can save that money and move it. I don't have to sweat about it. In America, 500 is a big deal, but it's not really a lot of money, So I took this bad experience, and I turned it positive. They thought in the Navy I was gonna get fired. I was in a dark place, and then I went to Cambodia because Buddhism really helped me out, get through this experience, and believing in God. I became very Christian, But I don't believe that all people are. I don't believe that monks go to hell. I think there's many ways to find God. There's different ways, but that's just my experience. I know that there's a higher power, and I know there's a God, because going through that experience, there was definitely God helping me out. But I came here to Cambodia because I was curious about Buddhism, because learning how to meditate while I was in solitary confinement really helped me out and manifest what I like, manifesting positive energy and constructing that stuff. I don't know if people do meditate, but you just don't know it. When you go to the gym and you're locked in, and you have a flow state mentality. So basically meaning you go to the gym, or people run, or they go on a walk, and they feel all this all these thoughts, and they can create creative. It's called flow state of mind, So that's what meditation teaches you to do. So I was fascinated by that in Cambodia, and I came here and I taught English in person. It didn't really work out, but I did impact the students, and I did some traveling. I went to Vietnam, did some English there. Didn't really work out, but I tried, and then I tried to do scuba diving in Vietnam, didn't really work out, but I've been teaching online. And through all this craziness, I was able to get my VA benefits through that. So the government did finally like fix everything, and I get like $3,900 a month. So I also work online to make my income, and then I'm going to go to the Philippines to do scuba diving. So basically in America they have this mindset that like if you have to work for like millions of dollars to have a blessed life, and it's like by the time you have all that money you're dead. Your age, it's such a scam, but if you somehow make like $2,000 realistically in passive income, that can be done. You can go anywhere in the world, and by the time you have that money, you're probably around 40, realistically, if you play the system correctly, and yeah, some people do it sooner or older, but like in America they're like, oh, you gotta get all this money to be successful, and it's just crazy. A lot of people are in a tough spot because they think they're in the system. Like my sister, like I love her to death, but she's like basically 100 pounds, so really light, probably like, I don't know how much kilos that's off of my head, but just really small and has no direction. She like kind of quit college, and I feel bad because it's what a lot of people are like. They just give up, and you can't give up if you're at the time. You just gotta push forward like Batman and go to Nepal and like be like he went to Nepal and then became learned, he grew himself. So a lot of people when they come to Asia, it's like when Batman went to Nepal. Like before I was like, oh, this guy's crazy, but now I understand his story. He went somewhere and grew. I'm not saying you gotta go to Southeast Asia to grow, but I'm saying like something that grows. Like some people join the military and all of this, but sometimes things don't work out in the military or in life or whatever, and people are like depressed and they think that's it, That's not what I'm saying. You just gotta push through, and things will work out. You just gotta take calculated risks. So that's what I did, and I came here. And before, like when I was in high school, like I didn't do well in school academically. I thought I was an idiot, and the dating scene too, I didn't do well. But I had money. My family, like I grew up in a unique circumstance. My family had a zoo basically, and all the girls, they still didn't like me, but I was an attractive man. I feel like I was like a decent high value man, but at the time, like the school I went to, they didn't really like white guys, it was this time where white guys are now like Nazis and whatever. So like if you're a white guy and you had money, you were like evil guy, and my family, we had money, but we weren't like Trump's son, and even if you were like a middle-class white guy, you had a problem. I think it's because the school I went to in Florida was very like diverse, so we were like taught as the enemy. So it's just this crazy environment. We're growing up in America, like people think the system in America is the only way, but then I was able to travel abroad and I thrive here. I do so well. Like the dating scene is really good. I have a partner, she's amazing. She cooks, she cleans, she takes care of me, she's very supportive. She's an amazing woman. Of course she has some jealousy, but jealousy is good. But she's good, and we travel the world together, and I've done a lot of cool stuff with her. She's a good partner, and yeah, like coming here in Southeast Asia, I thrive. I go somewhere for like couple of months, like Cambodia, and then I go to Vietnam, and I have this nomadic lifestyle, like a digital nomad, and I'm able to thrive and do well, and the dating scene is very good here. If you are a man that's just trying to move forward in life, you can do very well here. It's very different. Like when I turn my phone on and see the dating scene in America, I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy, It's just crazy. Like people are stuck. They're like, oh well, this is my life. It's like, no, you don't have to be that. And a lot of people, like, they grow up with their hometown, their friends. Like those people aren't your friends. It's just convenience, And it's just like crazy seeing my friends in my hometown, like how like depressing their lives are, and it's like they have it too easy that they don't try to like break out of it unless something crazy happens like a divorce. But at that time it's too late. Like in Cambodia, there's a lot of old expats here, and specifically in Kimpot, you know. So I go to the gym, and a lot of them, it's like, you know, it's kind of too late. They try to work out, and it's like they're falling apart, you know. And I'm there like 26 working out and doing good. But I just thrive in Asia. I love the traveling here. The people is very different. Like I pick up on energy. I can feel positive and negative energy. It's just crazy. I don't know. Like here in Cambodia, I can immediately tell. Like, I don't know. Maybe if I went back to America, I have a similar experience. But I think it's because I don't know the language. But so we're like hyper about the energy. So this is different. So what I'm saying is, basically, if you don't do well, Southeast Asia or even Latin America or even Europe, you could do very well. You know, it's just like we're taught to be in this system, and it's like an elephant climbing the tree, you know? So it's like I went to school, it didn't work out. I went to the Navy, didn't work out, you know? Like I had this crazy lady try to falsely accuse me of some bull crap, and the whole situation, basically like Me Too, and I got through it. It was proven to be false. I wouldn't be here today. So it's just like, but even though that happened, like I still have like slander on my name. So it's like challenging. Like here in Southeast Asia, I can get a fresh start, and they don't care about that crap. They don't care. As long as I didn't do anything crazy, and I would be locked up, you know? So yeah, it's just amazing here. The possibilities of Southeast Asia, like how you can go here, and the dating culture is strong, the family unit is strong, the quality of life is strong, the making money can be strong if you have the right setup, you know, and building a good partner and a good future you can build here. But in America, like for example, like I travel here, I work out, and I invest. Those three things in America would be almost impossible. My health would be like gone, and traveling would be very challenging. Like getting 2 weeks off is very hard. And then investing, you barely have any money once you pay $3,000 in rent. So I'm just saying, you gotta take it and go somewhere where you're gonna thrive. So that's what I'm saying. Southeast Asia is the new American dream here. So thank you for listening. I'm trying to build this channel, and I hope my story helps someone. See ya, everyone. Bye.